Hello everyone, I'm candidate master Atul Dahale and welcome to my Incredible Chess channel. This is the second part of our tried lever attack opening and I'm going to show you a very interesting game played by Greco way back in 1620. So let's begin. This is going to be a very short and sweet video, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are new here. White starts with e4, white is Greco and he's a very famous player of past. Black plays e5, knight to f3, knight c6 and now here Greco played bishop to c4. Putting some pressure on pawn on f7. Knight f6 was played and now he goes for knight g5, attacking the pawn on f7 with two pieces. Black doesn't have any satisfactory thing, so he must play d5 in this position, trying to block the attack on f7. But white will capture on d5, knight captures d5, and now here in this position Greco decided to capture the pawn on f7, sacrificing his knight. In this position Black must capture the knight because knight is attacking the queen on d8 as well as the rook on h8. Okay, so king captures f7 is almost forced. Now queen f3 is a check which was given in the game. The knight on d5 is under attack by bishop as well as the queen, so he must support the knight. Okay, you can go back like king e8, which is also satisfactory move. Bishop will capture on d7, d5 will happen, queen f7, checkmate is threatened, and black needs to be very careful. He is pawn down also in this position. So most likely black players prefer to play king e6. That's what played in the game. Now Greco decided to attack the knight on d5 further with knight c3 move. Knight c7, this is the only move in this position to support the knight on d5. Well, there are other alternatives also in this position which black player can play. Knight b4 is also one of the ideas, attacking the pawn on c2 square, but we will not go into those details right now. Knight ce7 is something which was played. Here Greco decided to castle and bring the rook in the game. Other alternatives are also very famous in this position, that is d4. We'll check out one game about that also in the coming videos, so stay tuned for that also. Okay, so castling was done, trying to get the rook in the game, and now he plays c6, further supporting the knight on d5. And now Greco decided to play rook to e1, putting some pressure on king on e6. So here he plays bishop d7, trying to run away, but Greco is very stubborn. He says like, no, I'm not going to let you go away in this position. I'm going to attack your king with d4 move. The pawn on e5 is under attack. What to do in this position? Here his opponent decides to play king d6 and now he captures the pawn on e5 with rook captures e5. Okay, now the knight on d5 is under attack by 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Here black player decided to play knight g6, attacking the rook on e5. Thinking that rook might move and then he might play something else. He might even defend the knight or he can capture on c3. But Greco decided to capture the knight on d5 instead of moving the rook from e5 square. Knight d5 is a very strong move in this position. Knight captures e5. He gives up the exchange, but in return he gets something more. Here, okay, this can be captured. This check is there. You can capture the pawn on e5, but that will also lead to a checkmate because of queen f4 check, king e6, knight c7 check. The discovered check as well as this knight check is there, so you cannot really do anything. King e7 and now queen e5 check. Bishop e6 is the only move. Queen e6 is a check and mate. I hope you got it. Okay, so that's not any possibility. That's why he plays king to c5. But this also did not stop Greco from checkmating black's king. He plays a good move, that is queen to a3 check. King captures on c4. King doesn't really have any moves. Okay, it cannot go to this square, this square, this square. Everything is blocked. Okay, king d4 is there, but even if you play this move, ultimately the position will be same. You can play queen to e3 check. This will be the same position which will be there in the game. After this check, king will go to c5 and b4 is a checkmate. That's what happened in the game also. He captures the bishop on c4 first. Now queen d3 check. There are multiple alternatives in this position to checkmate black's king, but he decides to play queen d3 check. Okay, king c5 and now very classic checkmate. The king doesn't have any squares because knight on d5 is controlling b6 square. Queen on d3 is controlling c4, b5 and a6 square. b4 pawn is giving check and the d6 square is also controlled by the pawn on e5. So that's how a very short and sweet video. I hope you enjoyed this video till the end and we'll be meeting very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Love you all. See you there.